This is the Midnight Runner Radio Show. We're leading the opposition in the fight for the real America.
Count me in, but don't count me out. You can't stop me up, you can't stop me down. We fight through the hurt, fight through the pain. Without the ace, there is no gain. We live our life for the love of the game, and we will rise. This is the time. So let the chances of our life.
Heard about the New World Order, and it sounds kooky, right? It sounds kooky. It sounds like, oh boy, here we go. Like, you know, kooky New World Order stuff. Well, I'll tell you what. When I play these clips that I have, and I got one coming up for you, it'll blow your mind. What we're going to hear from people out there about the New World Order. A lot of us know that Bill Clinton mentioned the New World Order. George Bush Sr. mentioned the New World Order. Barack Obama has definitely mentioned New World Order. There's no doubt. Yeah, Keith E. says the Antichrist will be named after a range in the European part of the world. Yeah, he's going to come from Europe. There's no doubt. So we're in the Twilight Zone. Yeah, I think so, Credible. I think we are in the Twilight Zone. I want to play something for you real quick. Let me put this in perspective, okay? Listen carefully to this. Listen carefully.
Citizens of my world union, witness your first day in a united world. One currency, one language, one goal, to strive every day to make the lives of all men better and better. One dictator? Oh yes, I know that some of you are thinking that, and I know where this fear is coming from. The same fear that caused dear friends to strike down Julius Caesar right there in the Roman Forum. Fear of what he could become. Poor Brutus said he was ambitious. But, dear friends, you have no need to fear my ambitions. I am no dictator, but I must lead. For men at some time are masters of their fate. I will not ask you to follow me, but to take the journey with me. This journey to a better world!
Look, just go back to feeding your pathetic poor and stay out of my business.
If you didn't care about the poor, why did you spend your fortune feeding them?
Because, my dear, the quickest way to a man's loyalty is through his belly. But still, they hold out their hands for more, always more. And you encourage them. Well, I'm sick of their stench, of their misery, of their disease. So let them starve. Let them die.
Now, that was a clip from the movie Megiddo, which is a sequel to the movie called The Omega Code. Now, Megiddo is a valley in Israel where the Battle of Armageddon is supposed to take place. And the movie, it's a great movie, and it chronicles the rise of the Antichrist from when he was younger, all the way up through his military training, to taking a job with the European Union, to getting in the position that he's in, and he's trying to bring the whole world under a united world government. The only problem is America won't join the World Union. Mexico will not join the World Union. So he's got a problem. He can't get the two countries in the Western Hemisphere to join in the World Union. So he thinks that he can do it militarily. But you see what happens in the public. He's a real nice guy. This one world leader is a real nice guy. You know, he's like, in public when he's speaking, he's saying, hey, let's make the world a better place. Let's have change, change, change. Let's move it in the right direction. Let's feed the poor. Let's help everybody. We're going to, no more starving children. Everything's going to be great. But then behind the scenes, he has a different plan. And that's why I put those two clips together. You see both sides. Barack Obama out in public, change, change, change. We're going to move things in the right direction. We're going to help these people out. We're going to make everything fair. We're going to have a happy, beautiful country, and everyone's going to be just, playing with, butterflies, and, it's all going to be beautiful. But behind the scenes, he's saying, restrict gun rights. With the Ammunition Act, which would tax ammunition 300 to 400%. So people could barely afford it. Barack Obama behind the scenes is saying, freedom of speech, let's curb it with the Fairness Doctrine. Behind the scenes, Barack Obama is saying, let's bankrupt the country. Let's stimulus after stimulus after stimulus. Let's make the country $19 trillion in debt within the next 10 or 12 years. Let's do it. That's behind the scenes. Now, Europe 8 made a good point. She said there's people in both parties that are behind this New World Order. I'm not sure if Europe 8 is a man or a female. I would say that person is absolutely correct. And I do agree with that. Hitler was a puppet. Now, let me try to outline this. I'm going to bring up something called the Illuminati. The Illuminati has fastened itself in many different names, such as the Freemasons, okay? The Masons and the Freemasons, okay? The Illuminati, Freemasons, same thing. The Skull and Bones Society, okay? The Bilderbergs are part of the Illuminati. The Club of Rome is part of the Illuminati. The Council for Foreign Relations, CFR, you can look these up, are part of the Illuminati. There are organizations, global organizations, working together with one goal, and that is to bring about a new world order. They want one world. Alan says Freemasons are not Illuminati. Freemasons are good people. Well, I'll tell you, the Freemasons, maybe there's different sects of Freemasonry, but I'll tell you, the research I've done, the Freemasons of the old days were part of the Illuminati. Now, Illuminati means the illuminated ones. Illuminate means to bring light. I know this is going to come on kind of heavy, but I'm asking you to stick with me here because this is important. This is very important to realize the direction that the politicians are bringing this country and the direction that the world wants this country to go. And that's going to affect you and me. It's going to affect everybody. Maurice, do you know any of this history? Did you see about Ronald Reagan? Did you read about how they tried to assassinate him? Only after being in for 2 months? No, you didn't read about that. And then when George Bush Sr. got elected president, do you remember the video and the audio of what he was calling for? A new world order. He called it 1,000 points of light. What is the 1,000 points of light referencing? Someone tell me. Aberiste, you're so smart out there. Tell me what 1,000 points of light represents. Tell me. Come on, Aberiste, tell me. What's 1,000 points of light, man? A 1,000 points of light is a reference to the Illuminati. The reality is that this is what that these people are trying to do. And you can be scared, and people can deny it, and you can run from it. But the reality is, if it starts to become evident in your own life, then all of a sudden you're going to listen. There is so much stuff that's connecting all of this. Do you know that the Pope of the Catholic Church came out and called for a New World Order? What is that? I got the article on it coming up after the break. Light